We're going to talk a little bit about pest control now. I am also the Bayer Advanced Garden Expert. You can see me at thebearadvanced.com, and they are paying the bills. So it's time to pay the bills. Roses do get insects and diseases. I'm sure that you're all familiar with black spot, powdery mildew, even on the knockout roses. How many of you get powdery mildew on the knockout roses? Okay.
I have 8 of them.
Yeah. You know, we out in California, we had a lot. The knockout roses weren't quite as popular because we're susceptible to powdery mildew, and we have terrible powdery mildew problems all summer long, especially near the coast. And so, as a response to that, some of the nurseries have come up with new varieties now. Like there's a variety called Home Run, which is specific. It's a great shrub, single rose, red flower. Also has resistance to black spot, but also has resistance to powdery mildew. When it comes to diseases, which are usually the ones that people have a lot of problem with, the black spot, the powdery mildew, the rust and things, it's important to understand, again, the conditions which these diseases are going to occur. Black spot likes hot, humid weather. Overhead watering is going to also encourage it. So to be ready to know when those diseases are going to come on. Powdery mildew is a little bit different. We usually get that in the fall because it likes warm days, cool, humid nights. So if you know a little bit about the diseases, you can know when to expect them. And the other thing that's very important is that it's much easier to prevent diseases than it is to cure them. So if you get out in front of these things, you're going to have a much better chance of curing them. Insect pests, of course, we've got aphids, we've got thrips, Japanese beetles. One of the things that I said earlier, we've got these new rose varieties, and that's made it tremendously easier to grow roses. We also have great new products. And Rod is going to talk some more about some of the Bayer Advanced products. We have a complete line of rose care products, fungicides, but this is the one that everybody loves the most. This is all-in-one rose and flower care. It's a systemic insecticide, fungicide, and fertilizer. You don't have to spray it. You mix it in a bucket and you pour it on the base of the plant. And you try that. Make sure you get it on early, and you're going to have great results against diseases. Also insects, Japanese beetles, aphids, thrips are all on the label. Yes?
Is it too early to fertilize with that now?
No. As a matter of fact, it's a good time. We're getting very close. You want to have some growth. This is a systemic product. And that's really what Bayer Advanced is bringing. The new chemistry to the home gardeners is these systemic products that you don't have to spray. You don't have to get exposed to the mist in most cases. But you want to get them on in advance of the pests. In other words, when the pests start infesting, you want to have the material already in the rose to prevent it from... And then if you've got a rose that okay, I forgot to do anything about it, I've got black spot, we've got a fungicide that works as a preventative and also a curative. It lasts up to 6 weeks. You want to do it about every 6 weeks. And I'll be honest with you, what I recommend is if you really want the most bloom, this is a good kind of maintenance level of nitrogen. I recommend that you use this to control the insects and diseases and get one application of fertilizer and then also do one application in between. You want to make sure that you get a lot. There isn't a tremendous amount of nitrogen in there, so I would supplement it with it. Number one thing is always follow the directions on the label. Not enough people read the labels. Obviously you are, and that's great. The key thing about controlling any insect, be able to identify the pest and be able to, put it on the right type of plant. We've got a plant spike that you can put in the, you just push them in the ground. And the active ingredient is the imidacloprid, and it's not going to cause any problems for your pets. Yeah. It's really key that we follow. This is so important. The best information, not only for safety purposes, but also to get effective results, is on the label of the product. Read the label. It's the law. If you use that product improperly, you're breaking the law. The other thing that can be used in containers is our granular tree and shrub insect protection. This is also labeled for containers if you want insect protection. It's got a little bit of fertilizer in it, but it's not going to help you with the fungicide. We have another. This works against Japanese beetles. Know the cycles and make sure that you're getting it in the plant. A couple of weeks before. If you have a problem with Japanese, do we have any of the rose and flower? This is has the common active ingredient of imidacloprid, which is a systemic that works against the Japanese beetle, and it also has the pyrethroid, which is cyfluthrin. So when you use this, you get a quick knockdown of the Japanese beetle, and then you get a month of systemic action to control the Japanese beetle. So if you didn't get your plants treated and you've got a problem right there, this is the one you want to use. That gives you it's
dual action rosenflower insect killer. Not only kills on contact, it lasts for 30 days.
Okay.
When I was in Indianapolis one time, and we were, I was doing a TV show, and when we got there, the Japanese beetles had just come out, and they were everywhere, in all the nurseries and everything. So I think it was like a 5 a.m. TV show I got on, or 6 o'clock or something. And I took in all the Japanese beetles in, and I had them crawling all over my arms. And I was supposed to give a talk at this nursery later that day. Well, we had so many people show up and asking me questions about what to use, and I had pointed to this product here that I didn't even get a chance to get my talk. So this is an excellent product for a variety of insect pests, because it gives you the quick knockdown and it also gives you the systemic action of the insecticide. So it's a good combination product.